We are well past halfway through 2018, and we've seen a lot of cool stuff I want to talk about. People are flipping shit about the upcoming gaming landscape of 2018. I'm not among those people, to be perfectly honest. Let me go over it really quick so I don't get asked later, though. Spider-Man, Soul Calibur 6, Spyro, Smash Ultimate, and there are no further questions. Don't come at me in the comments, don't at me with no fucking, but my Red Dead. I don't care. I've actually tried to force myself to care. Rockstar Games don't do it for me like that, and they probably never will. The Game Awards are no less than 4 months away, and I know for a fact that everyone's already put some of those games in their rearview mirrors. Not saying they're wrong to do so, I'm not saying that at all, but let me give some attention to good old early 2018 really quick. Today I'm going to hit on every game that I cared about or played from 2018 so far. Upon scripting this, it's September 1st, so just know that this script is interrupting me from watching Summer Jam pools at a bare minimum, so you'd better fucking listen. Street Fighter V starts the party off right with a new game entirely, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. New characters, new balance, more V-triggers, Alex Valle beating the brakes off Knuckle Doo with Blanca, Cammy still being the best character, and last but not least Bison winning EVO. No one can ever say their low-tier character did not pull it off. Yeah, I know, Street Fighter V isn't a new game, but Arcade Edition released a new disc, so I'm gonna count it. Then, we had every wannabe game expert's game of the year, Celeste. I love Celeste. It was super tricky for someone like me. I get lost in games really easily, so it's no shock that making my way through this was an exercise of patience, but also dexterity, which I don't have. I died a metric fuck ton in this game, more than I'd like to admit, but it wasn't punishing in the slightest. You die, boom, Meat Boy status, you're back in there. The music wasn't the most memorable to me, but I understand a lot of people really loved it. And in the moment, it was pretty good. If there was a sequel, I'd pony up for it. And I gotta give its respect to it for being a game jam project that turned into a successful title today. The Switch really put in work for that launch. It was topping the charts for a little while in the shop, and I noticed that. So moving on. Next, we got fucking Anime Fighter Z 87, Dragon Ball Fighters Z. Real nice move on the marketing team naming a game so poorly that no one actually knows the name of it. Dragon Ball Fighters is a big fucking deal. Arc System Works made people flock to the fighting game community like crazy so they could pair their actually plot relevant characters against one another. And then DLC came out so you could play as a team of only Gokus like the fucking filthy casual that you are. In the end, it didn't matter because Sonic Fox iced his opponent and proved that he is the de facto block strings 50-50 champ of all games forever. So the same day as Dragon Ball FighterZ came out, you had Monster Hunter World. And holy shit, you'll never guess which one I picked. Monster Hunter was the obvious choice. Despite my love for fighting games, Hyper Fighters aren't exactly my jam, and they really never have been. Monster Hunter World proved to me that even if a game is a lot of the same activity over and over again, if executed upon properly, it can be entertaining. And though I didn't expect to put 300 hours into one game this year, I did. A really big element of Monster Hunter is that it's constantly rotating things in and out of the mix just to keep it fresh and make you want to come back. I missed the Street Fighter DLC, but you bet your sweet ass I got the Devil May Cry gear. And Behemoth? Forget about it. After getting murdered so many times by that thing, I opened my own fucking cemetery. My only complaint is that the game has this goofy system where if you start a quest and you've never seen the cutscene in the quest before, then your friends can't join you. This is applicable to every player. So you're almost playing the game alongside your friends versus with them, if you understand what I'm saying. Then once the scene has been seen, they can pop up, say hi with their over-leveled gear, and body that Jagras instantaneously, because you're a scrub and bought the game later than all of your friends, and your friends are in the fucking endgame. Buy Monster Hunter World. Kill animals, wear their skin, kill their family, do it again. Trust me, it's worth it. Metal Gear Survive, tanked, hard, shocker. Final Fantasy 15 came out on the PC with more stuff. And after thorough research, I could not find one nude mod in the conventional modding community. So kudos Square Enix. They begged not to loot the game, and it worked out for them. Thomas the Tank Engine made an unsurprising visit, though. Even Joe Hisashi's magical composing couldn't save Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom from the dreaded 8 out of 10s. Not saying 8 out of 10 is bad, but when a game is hyped like that, you better be doing gangbusters. And the last I checked, I don't even think they hit 1 million in that game, so there you go. Sega blessed us with the return of everybody's favorite ex-Yakuza member, with Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. Kiryu looks like no years have been tacked onto his already difficult life, despite the fact that he spent 14 years behind bars watching all of his loved ones, or anybody who's ever called him boss or Aniki, die in front of them. He just looks tired. Which, I guess makes sense now that I think about it. Talking about Yakuza outside of its very much improved combat and leveling system is difficult to say the least. The story is unexpected, but worth experiencing blind if possible. But, it's fun as hell to poke around, and experience all the fun times that they have to offer, with the new mini-games as well as the old ones, and the seamless transitions into combat were a really nice add. Big complaints: Extreme Heat Mode is trash and dumb to smoke. The 9 Stodes and Onomichi were the worst, and I hope that whoever came up with that fucking idea puts a bullet in their head. And that damned baby. Yakuza continue the trend of releasing too close to other really big AAAs that people are probably going to buy anyway, because 3 days later, we had God of fucking War. Don't at me, God of War, Game of the Year so far. I don't care what anybody says, go fuck yourselves, God of War, Game of the Year, until further notice. I know it's cliche, and it's the easy pick, but come the fuck on. Absolutely stunning visuals, a soundtrack that I've paid for and looped for days at a time, a story that actually engages you as a human being, callbacks to the franchise that literally had me yelling in my parents' basement, and my favorite thing, the puzzles don't make me want to kill myself slowly by dipping my body into acid toe first over the span of multiple hours. The Leviathan axe goes so goddamn hard. It just does. Like, look at it. It's so cool. Now for my gripes. Kratos moves at 0 miles an hour. There's no jump button. There's that one part where Atreus decides he wants to be a colossal piece of shit, and it's way out of left field. Come on, Corey. I didn't like that. No one did. Look, I can talk about God of War for hours. So I'll just stop now. Detroit Become Human is the next on the agenda for me. It happened. I played it. I felt feels. It was fun making tons of choices and stuff that really throw off the balance of the game to follow. I lost Marcus way too early because I was too black. I tried to be peaceful and not run from the face of oppression like my ancestors before me.
Just as I have a dream, will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Came off as just a little preachy, David Cage. You might want to calm that down just a tad. Just a little bit. I failed to mention somewhere in the mix that all of these games coming out, Dissidia NT came out somewhere in between it. It was a shit game, and I'm mad that I paid good money for it. Speedrun honorable mentions go to the Anniversary Collection, the 30th Anniversary Collection of Street Fighter. It's a great way for me to ignore 8 games just to play the best one, Third Strike. And Hollow Knight, because I haven't finished it. It's great so far, but I only play it when I'm waiting to do other things, like sitting in the car or something else like that. These are the things I'll have to keep in mind for my personal deliberations for favorite things of the year. Because there's no such thing as something being objectively the best in an art form, I hope it serves as a reminder for you guys too. When you guys try to clown and say Red Dead is Game of the Year because it came out at the end of the year and everybody forgot about all the other bangers of 2018. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll have another one out some other time.